Breaking news, breaking news, breaking news. Let's take a ride. We're going to talk about these rappers that's out here that's getting locked up. Let's see what we got. We got Tory Lanez suing for $100 million. I'm getting ready to do a video on that, so stay tuned for it. I did 26 years in federal prison. I've been through it, been there, done that, so I know what's going on. When I talk, you listen. You don't want to listen, you get the F off my channel. If you're trying to save yourself, you stay on this channel. Make sure you share this video. But like I said, that's Tory right there. And we got the Julio 4. But I'm going to break down what it's like spending the first holiday or just holidays in prison watching steel bars. Let's get this party started. All right, we ain't even gonna waste no time with this, right? We got the Julio 4, everybody locked up, but we're gonna talk about Karmelo Anthony because he's so young and he got caught up in this vicious system. So we're gonna start talking about the 4th of July behind steel bars, right? What it's like. Because like I said, I did 26 of those, counting them. Now, listen, the 4th of July hit different when you behind that door. Outside, everybody's talking about freedom. Inside, you counting the steel bars. Outside, they lighting fireworks. Inside, all you hear is keys, gates, and men yelling down the tears, smelling another man's farts in the hallway that done drifted down to your cell. If you want to give up your freedom for that, feel free to do it. If you're trying to save yourself, stay right here. Unique Mecca Audio, like, share, comment, do all that, because they don't want this message to get out, and only way for it to get out is for you to share it. And just so you know, this ain't no fake, and I already got my little 100,000, subscriber joint. This don't mean crap. Throw that out the window. What means something is y'all hitting the likes, the comments, and all that. They let you get all the subscribers, and then they fight you when you trying to teach the people to stay out of prison. Now, inside, you eating off a tray that remind you of how your life changed. And I'm gonna bring a young man to tell you what they had for dinner while he's right there in federal prison so that you hear it from the horse's mouth. Someone that made a mistake that's trying to correct himself, so he connected to Unique Mecca Audio. But remember, inside you eating off that tray, I can't stand the thought of that tray because that always reminded me that I lost my freedom. And this is the part the internet don't sit down with. They talk about the case, they talk about the verdict, they talk about the headlines, but they don't talk about that first holiday in the cage, that first 4th of July when the whole world is outside celebrating freedom and you inside trying not to fall apart. This ain't just about Karmelo, just so that y'all fully understand. I just showed you, like I said, this about Tory Lanez. You remember Tory just got hit up, like 14 times suing for $1 million a poke. Now, where they do that at? You know how many people I know got poked up, didn't get $1, all they got was airlift, and Tory Lanez is looking at $100 million for a lawsuit. But then, we also got the Julio 4. You remember Sean Garthright, right? But I'm gonna tell you what he's experiencing as well. This is what everybody's experiencing, because I've been there, done that 26 years, and the feds counting these holidays, counting bars. So I'm speaking from experience. Now, let's get back to this party, right? Like I said, this is not about Karmelo. This is about every young man who thought one moment could not cost him the rest of his life. This is about Little Durk sitting under federal pressure. This is about Pooh Shiesty sitting while the system keeps moving, trying to bury him deeper after his father prayed and bowed his head 5 times a day for over 3 decades to get home to his son. And now he gets home to his son, and while he's there with his son, they grab his son and try and put him in the same cage, the same trap that he was in. So the thought of Little Durk's father thinking that he's gonna be without his son for that period of time, I already know. Let's get a brother a prayer, all right? Now, this is also about All-Star JR, right? And anybody else caught up watching the calendar punish them. Because holidays in prison don't feel like holidays. They feel like receipts. Every cookout you miss, every beach day gone, every family laugh. You missed it. They're laughing without you. You don't get to hear in person. They always telling you what happened after the fact. Every firework outside reminds you freedom is real and you lost access to it. But you know, we always got to give you the jewels over here at Unique Mecca Audio, man. When you see this bell, you fast forward, rewind, and the bell is where you put the comments in so you can do your part and get this video out there amongst the people. The streets may give you a moment, but prison takes your calendar. Now, let's talk about Karmelo Anthony waking up on 4th of July, right? Because this 17-year-old kid, when he caught the case, was on the street for 2 years fighting it, and then they grab him and throw him in the depths of hell, right? He's not sitting in his room. He's not with his people next to him, not smelling that good 4th of July cooking in the kitchen, mama getting ready to make the potato salad for the cookout for the family, not hearing family moving around the house. He's waking up in a cell, and you know it's hot as hell in them cells, and he out in Texas, maybe he don't even have no real air to breathe. They might be giving him AC that's not even working, blowing regular room temperature air, but they tell you it's air, and you gotta lay on the floor and get to the door and put your put your mouth to the bottom of the door so that you can breathe and get some fresh air blowing in the stinking prison hallway. Maybe the concrete holding heat like an oven, because the concrete holds heat like an oven when you in these cells. Imagine being trapped in a concrete box in the weather that we having right now. That's what happening to these men that I'm talking about. He opened his eyes, and for a few seconds, his mind might still be back home. Then reality comes back. The door, the bunk, the toilet, the noise, the fact that he's not leaving. And that question hits him. How did I get here? Not how did the internet judge me? Not how did the lawyers argue? Not how did the cameras paint me? How the F did I get here? From a track meet, Pooh Shiesty, from a contract dispute. Come on. Now, that's the question that eats a man alive. Because on the 4th of July, you remember who you used to be. You remember the cookouts. You remember the jokes. You remember the little cousins running around. You remember girls, music, cars, smoke, weed, and everybody else outside. Now you're inside with your thoughts, and your thoughts is in a cage, and they get loud. They don't whisper, they scream. Now, let's give the jewel to that, right? The worst noise in a prison is not the tear. It's your own mind asking you why and how did I get here? Let's talk about, the phone call mask. You know, when you call home, you gotta act like everything is good. Y'all watching this, put in the comments if you know what I'm talking about. You call home and you gotta let your family think that everything is good. Yeah, I'm good, son. And you might even tell somebody, yo, go get that for me. Yeah, I'm coming, I'm going. Yeah, we're gonna watch that later. You trying to put on that mask. That's what we're gonna talk about now. Now, here come the phone call. This is the part people don't understand. When he calls home, he can't just break down and say, oh, it's killing me in here. These thoughts is driving me crazy. He might hear his mother's voice. He might hear his father trying to stay strong. He might hear people in the background. Maybe somebody at the cookout says, tell him we love him. Maybe somebody asks, how is he holding up? And he got to lie a little bit. Not an evil lie, a survival lie, a keep the people strong lie. He gotta say, I'm good. He gotta say, I'm holding my head. He gotta say, don't worry about me. But he knows they're worried and they know he's not good. Everybody on the phone acting strong for everybody else. The mother don't want to cry too hard. The father don't want to sound broken. The son don't want him to hear the fear in his voice. So the phone call becomes theater. They're all acting now. They're acting to ease each other's pain and trauma that they're going through. Now, everybody pretending so that nobody collapses. Then the call ends. Then the little voice says, you have 1 minute remaining. And you already know when that beep come in after 30 seconds, because then you hear the click and then it's silence. And now he got to walk back into the darkness with everything he just heard. The laughter behind the phone, the planes, the plates being made. They're having real food out there. The family's still moving, life's still going on, but it's moving without them. And that's why I tell you young people, it's not worth it. Don't go out there. The safest place to be in any world is on the sidewalk. That's what they're made for. You go in the street, you can get hit by a boss, meaning catch a new charge, meet people that influence you to do things you know you wouldn't normally do. So the safest place is on the sidewalk because the streets is dangerous. Now I'm gonna give you the jewel. You see how fly my joint is? Is my joint fly or what? Y'all like this joint? Y'all like it? Put a like in the comment. Give me an emoji. You gotta put something. Give me the hype button so we can get this message out to the youth. Sometimes the hardest part of prison is not being forgotten. It's hearing life continue to move on without you. Now, let's talk about the girlfriend. You know, everybody go and they got a little girlfriend or something. Some people call them a wifey or whatever, but we gonna ride and keep it real. The girlfriend, right? The friends and the outside world. That's what we're gonna talk about now, right? Let's talk real. A young man in prison thinks about his girl. He thinks about who she's with. He thinks about who she's texting. He thinks about who's making her laugh. He thinks about who's sitting in his place while he's sitting on his bunk holding his head in his hands. And even if she love him, life outside still goes on. That is the pain. Prison freezes you, but it does not freeze everyone else. Freedom still go outside. Girls still go to parties. Families still eat. People still post pictures. Fireworks still go up. The beach is still open. The amusement park is still packed. The block is active, but you're not there. And for a young man, that can turn into mental torture. He starts wondering, who really cares? Who just said they care? Who gonna answer the phone next month? Who's gonna answer if I don't have no money to pay for the pre-call and I gotta call collect? That's when you know who's there for you or not. Who's gonna answer the phone next year? Who's gonna disappear when the story is not trending on social media no more? That's when the cage teaches you who is real and who was just around you. But by then, the lesson came too late. You're sitting in prison, doing mad time. Like I said, I'm gonna bring a young man, he listened to the program from the inside. He been down 5 years, got 9 years. He from Kansas City, Missouri, something like that. He gonna tell you what it is his damn self. I don't get into the mechanics or nothing. I just get into the psychological effect of what we going through. So I'm gonna give you this jewel, then I'm gonna let him tap in for a minute, right? Prison shows you the difference between company and loyalty. The holiday makes the sentence feel heavier. That's what we're gonna talk about, right? I'm gonna keep going, and then I'm gonna bring him. When you're ready to come in, raise your hand, but I'm gonna give another verse so that they can understand these jewels. You ready to come in? All right, he ready to come in and say something. So we're gonna bring the young brother in right now. Come on in, big brother. Tell him who you are and where you from.
I'm Lil B from Kansas City, Missouri. Been down 9 years from hijack robbery. On my way home in September. And it's being incarcerated during holidays and missing your loved one. It's hard. It's like, eventually you come numb to the pain after so long of doing it. But man, the food to the phone calls, to the activities, just everything. It ain't the same as being on the other side. It's like, man, it's different. Like we ain't even eating the same food they eating on the other side. Like everything different. And it's hard because at times where it be holidays, we be locked down, we don't come out to talk to our loved ones. So that causes stress and all type of shit. So man, it's a lot that a nigga gotta go through behind these bars during holidays and shit. But nigga gotta make it best. Well, he gotta make the best out of it as he can by doing time.
So was it worth it? What message would you give to the young? Tell them how old you are, where you from, your name. Let's introduce yourself and give a message to the young people listening, your peers.
Man, I'm from Kansas City, Missouri. Real name Brian Byers. I caught my first case 2017 on a robbery. They gave me 7 years. I did 4 years in the feds. I came to the feds in 2022. The end of 21 in December. And they gave me 5 years and 10 months on the possession. So with me doing state time and federal time, the difference is really no difference. But as far as the feds, you get to travel, so you get to expand your horizon and meet different people. You know what I'm saying? So it's not a good thing, but as far as, traveling and meet different people around the world, it makes a difference. And better in your time. When you say travel, what do you mean? How do you travel? They don't understand. I know what you mean, but tell them how you travel in the feds. Another prison to another prison. Like, it's transfers, like, man, disciplinary transfers, activities transfers, like transfers for people like our dad, programs, drug programs for people to go home and shit like that. That's what Diddy's taking. Yeah. All right. So hold up. Let me do this next verse. Put it on mute, and then you could come in whenever you want. Raise your hand. Let's keep this thing moving. I don't want to keep them on one topic too long. Now we're going to talk about how the holidays make the sentence feel heavier, right? And you're going to break this down when I'm done. A regular day in prison is hard, but a holiday is different. A holiday got memory attached to it. The 4th of July got sound. Fireworks, music, kids laughing, grills smoking, people yelling across the yard. Family arguments that still feel like love. You know those arguments where somebody, the cookout always starting up, but it's still love. But in prison, the same holiday turns into a mirror. It shows you what you lost. It shows you what one bad decision cost you. It shows you that the world does not stop for your sentence. And that's cold. Because while he's thinking about outside is thinking about him too. But not always with sympathy. Some people are saying he did it to himself. He should know better. His mama raised him better. Some people are saying he ruined 2 families. We talking about Karmelo Anthony right now. To get back, we moving, and this also goes, like I said, to Pooh Shiesty, All-Star JR, and Little Durk, and anybody else, even your loved ones that's locked up. That's who I'm speaking, so you can understand what they're going through over here at Unique Mecca Audio, right? Some people are saying that they ruined 2 families because there's 2 sides to everything. Some people are saying he deserves it. Some people are saying he was too young. He shouldn't have got that much time. Some people are saying, where were the adults? But none of that changes the cell. None of that opens the door. None of that brings Austin Metcalf back. Rest in peace to Austin Metcalf. None of that gives Karmelo his youth back. That is the double tragedy. One family lost a son. Another family lost a son to the system for decades. Let's get to this jewel real quick. Now, bridging the Little Durk gap, right? Now, let's bring this to Little Durk. Right? Let me even pull up Little Durk for you. I got Little Durk in here somewhere. Where Little Durk at? Little Durk somewhere around here. I'm gonna find Little Durk for you right now. Little Durk, where he at? Being that we talking about Little Durk. Those are things. That's why.
Karmelo, I want to get Lil Durk up here on the screen. Where Lil Durk at? Man, I ain't got Lil Durk. I can't believe I ain't got Lil Durk. Oh, he in the other joint. But anyway, we gonna leave these dudes up there, right? And then we're gonna get back to that. Now, let's bridge this to Lil Durk, right? Sorry, I ain't got his picture. I ain't got time to find it, so we ain't gonna waste a whole bunch of time with it. You know what I mean? We ain't gonna waste a whole bunch of time with it. But we are gonna put Karmelo back up there. This how I bridge Karmelo with Lil Durk. Now, because people see fame and they think fame softens the cage in the time that he do behind bars. So this young man is gonna tell you what it's like for somebody, a celebrity, to come into prison, because it don't soften the cage. Federal custody does not care how many streams you got. It does not care how many fans scream your name. When that door closes, you're an inmate. And Durk is dealing with a different type of pressure. He's not convicted of those federal charges. So we're not calling him guilty, but the pressure itself feel real. The trial dates, the motions, superseding indictments. You seen him get what, like a third superseding indictment? Lawyers, evidence, headlines, family outside, career paused. Every holiday in there turns into mental warfare, because when you used to be on stage and now you're waiting on court, that's a different type of silence. When you used to hear crowds and now you hear locks turning and clinging, that's the different reality. And on July 4th, a man like Durk might be thinking, I had everything. Money, music, family, influence, and now the government controls my movement. That's why I tell the youth, do not confuse success with reality. You can be rich and still be trapped. What you got to say about that, young? And I'm gonna let you get the mic for a minute. Let's hear what you got to say, man.
Man, you said it, man. Man, having money, that shit ain't nothing, man. It's man, at the end of the day, man, that shit, I'd get that shit back just to live a regular life. I'd give all this shit back, man. It wasn't worth it. At the end of the day, it wasn't worth it, man.
At the end of the day, it wasn't worth it.
Wasn't worth it. I ain't facing much time. Even though I ain't facing as much time as them, man, still, you gotta think about the outs, the ins and the outs of the situation, man. At the end of the day, it don't be worth it. You can have you can sit on $1 million inside of prison, and what is it gonna do for you? And sitting on $1 million just stretched out.
Check, right? Now I'm gonna give you the jewel in that, right? So we can ride, because then we're gonna get into Pooh Shiesty, right? What it's like for Pooh Shiesty in there, right? So check out, right? Gotta get a jewel. Money can buy comfort, but it cannot buy freedom from consequences. What do you feel about that? Speak on it, son. You got the mic.
Yeah, man, money, exactly what you said. Money can't buy happiness at all. Money, man. Somebody controlling your everyday move. Somebody controlling your everyday move. When you eat, it's not cool. Somebody controlling when you wake up, when you come out the cell, when you go, where you go, your every movement is not cool. That's something, you dealing with that for the rest of your life. It's something you don't want to do. Like, that's not 100, man. This shit. You gotta ride with people you don't even want to converse with. You gotta tap in with niggas, sit and eat meals with niggas you don't even know, don't even like you, all type of shit. This shit is crazy, man.
All right. Let me tap into Pooh Shiesty and bring you back. Right? I'm gonna show them what Pooh Shiesty going through, and you let them know if I'm hitting it on point. And if I'm wrong, say, oh, OG, you wrong, son. It done changed since you was in here 6 years ago, like prison changed in 6 years. All right, now we're gonna bring the Pooh Shiesty, right? We're gonna bridge that, right? Now look at Pooh Shiesty, young, famous, hot in the streets, music moving, name ringing. Then the system grabbed them. And now the story keeps extending. They don't drop the live footage of the alleged robbery. I'm talking about, like I said, the story keeps extending deeper and deeper. You got dates move, cases move, lawyers move, but the body stays locked. That is what people don't understand about the feds. The feds can punish you before the punishment. Pre-trial detention itself can break a man down. You sitting there waiting, not knowing exactly how the ending will look, thinking I'm gonna beat the case, wondering if people still believe in you, wondering if the label still with you, wondering if the streets already moved on. And on July 4th, the pressure gets louder because the fireworks is humongous. And I'm not talking about the physical ones in the sky. I'm talking about the ones that are trapped in your mind. Because freedom is the theme. Everybody outside saying Happy Independence Day, but inside, you're dependent on count time. You're dependent on movement, on the offices opening and closing the doors, the lawyers calling and telling you that everything is going to be all right while he's sitting with his family at their family cookout. You're dependent on court dates. You're dependent on the system that does not love you. That's a hard pill to swallow, especially for somebody who used to move like nobody could tell him nothing. That's Pooh Shiesty. That's Little Dirk. That's all of them. And we could even put Karmelo in it because he felt like the young man, Austin, didn't have a right to tell him he couldn't go under the tent. And I know that's a controversial topic. That's why we don't get into the mechanics of the case. We deal with the psychological effect and the lesson within the headline story at Unique Mecca Audio. Now, we know that's a hard pill to swallow, especially for somebody who used to move like nobody could tell him nothing. Now, what do you guys say about the Pooh Shiesty situation? Do you have an opinion on that? And tell them how old you are and where you from. You can say your name if you want or whatever, but let them know what you think about the Pooh Shiesty Gucci Man situation from on the inside. And I want you to say it. Big dog, I don't need you to coach him in the back. If you want to say something, bring your ass to the mic. Right now, it's the youngin'. I want to hear his mindset to tell the people. Let's go. And I love to hear from you, big bro. But go ahead, family.
I got you, man. I'm Lil Beastie from Kansas City, Missouri, man. I'm 26 years old. Be home in September. But man, on that, my view on that, man, you never as smart as you think you is. So I say Pooh Shiesty can be mad at Gucci, but I say he gotta be more mad at himself because he put the action in place. And he could have handled, for him already being in federal prison and know how this shit goes, he could have handled it differently.
Well said.
So,
okay, finish.
And for him that, you know, it's a legal war now where Gucci trying to bring it. So with Pooh Shiesty, I feel like, man, he can go way better than. It's an out. It can be an out, but he got to do it on a legal way. You know what I'm saying?
All right. Let me finish this. Keep this up. All right, now, the jewel, right? That's what we was dealing with. We left off with the jewel, didn't we? All right. The system is most dangerous when it teaches a man he was never as free as he thought he was. Now, let's bring this to All-Star JR, right? I don't know if you're familiar with All-Star JR. Defending himself, grabbed the joint that fell after they tried to rob him. Okay, now, let's bring this to All-Star JR and every other rapper, street figure, or young man caught in a serious case. I don't care if your name is big or your name is only known in the city. Once you're locked up, the emotions get similar. You think about your mother, you think about your father, you think about your children. If you got them in your corner or not still. You think about your girl, you think about your friends, you think about who is using your name while you're stuck. You think about who is making content off your pain. You think about who's laughing. You think about who's praying. You think about who's lying. And then you think about yourself. This is the dangerous part. Because when the noise stops, you got to face you. No entourage, no studio, no jewelry, no car, no street reputation to hide behind. Just you, your decisions, your case, your sentence, your future. And that cell becomes a classroom if you survive the lesson. But it is an expensive classroom. And y'all are getting it free over here at Unique Mecca Audio. Just look at me as your professor. Make sure you answer the questions. Y'all do what you need to do. And don't forget to cop the book, A Roar in Harlem, at roarinharlem.com. Fire. Now, right? That's why I'm talking to the youth before they get there in the situation that these men is in. Let me hit the jewel. Do not wait for a cell to teach you what an OG was trying to tell you while you was free. But now you go in the cage and you say, man, the OG was right. And I'm so right. This is where I'm going to want you to come in. I'm going to tell them about the dark psychological cell and tell me if I hit this on point or not. All right, family? All right? All right, here we go. This is the part I need the young brothers to hear. Prison is not just walls. Prison is memory. Prison is regret. Prison is anxiety. Prison is your heart racing when nothing is happening. Prison is trying to sleep while your mind plays the same scene over and over. Prison is waking up and realizing the nightmare is real. Prison is hearing other men scream and wondering if that will be you one day, losing your mind. Prison is acting tough because weakness can be dangerous, but inside you're still human. You still miss your mother. You still wondering about your father. You still think about the girls you left out there. You still want to go home. You still smell food in your memory. Could you imagine smelling mama's fried chicken or that potato salad in your memory? You still hear songs that remind you of outside. You still picture fireworks you cannot see. And the worst part is this: nobody can do your time for you. Your mother can cry, your father can stress, your girlfriend can promise she'll wait for you, your friends can post free you, your supporters can argue. But when count time come, you stand there alone. When the door closed, you lay there alone. When the thoughts attack, you write. You fight those thoughts alone. That's the dark psychological cell, the one inside your head. Tell them about that cell within inside your head right now. It's on you, family.
Yeah, you know that saying, they can trap my body but not my mind?
Talk to him.
And that's what it is right now. It's a mind game in here. It's how you finna. What's your next game plan for when you finna get on the other side of this wall or the next day here? You gotta have a game plan for every day you here. You can't just have your mind stuck over here like, man, I'm here and fuck it. I ain't. This is what it is. Nah, you gotta have, cause one thing about it, man, God gonna make it happen for you if you want it. If you really want it, he gonna make it happen for you. So what you put in, you gonna get out. So what I'm saying by that is, man, you gotta have a strong mind here. If you got a weak mind, man, your mind and your body gonna be trapped in here. You gonna lose it.
I'm glad you said that. So, cause that's the jewel, right? Listen to this. Comment on this if you want. If not, I'm gonna move forward. Let's go. The body does the time in the cell. Is that right or wrong? But the mind does the time in the dark. So my message to the youth, right? I had to stop and think about that because that's deep. Now, so the young brothers watching me, listen close, and the young sisters as well. Do not let a 5-second emotion write a 35-year sentence like it did for Karmelo Anthony. That whole incident played out in 4 to 5 seconds and it cost them 35 years in the state prison in Texas. Do not let your pride make your mother visit you behind bars. Do not let your anger turn your father into an old man overnight. Do not let the crowd hype you into a cage they will never enter. Do not let your girlfriend comment, post, or a look make you crash out your whole life. The streets are real, but the prison is realer. The argument is real, but the sentence is realer. The disrespect is real, but missing every holiday for decades is realer. Your 4th of July outside, right? It's burgers, music, family, fireworks. July 4th inside is heat, steel, regret, noise, and pretending you good on the phone. Christmas inside is worse. Birthdays inside is worse. Mother's Day inside is worse. Every calendar page becomes evidence against your own choices. That's why this show is about, it's definitely not about gossip. It's not about laughing at nobody's downfall. This show is about prevention, accountability, growth, youth. Because once the judge speaks, the internet goes to the next story. But the family keeps doing the time. The victim's family keeps doing the pain. The inmate keeps doing the years. And the mother keeps answering calls from a place she never wanted her child to be. What do you think about that, my man? You know, I think it's John cut off. Oh, hold on. He might still be there. Hold up. I don't know who called him, but we'll find out what's going on. Now, let me give you the jewel, right? I've been on here long enough. I got to go. It's 37 minutes. I'm sorry I'm taking so long, but I got to give you all the jewel. Before you react, ask yourself, is this moment worth every holiday I may never get back? Now, final word. So when you see fireworks tonight, think deeper. Think somebody's watching them as a free man. Somebody's hearing them from a cage. Somebody's smelling barbecue. Somebody eat prison food thinking about home. Somebody's laughing with his family. Somebody's lying on a bunk trying not to cry. Somebody's mother's outside with a plate she wished her son could eat. Somebody's father is quiet because he don't know how to fix it. He can't get his son out the cage. Somebody's girl is moving on. Somebody's friends are posting like life is normal. And somebody in the cage is asking himself, how did I get here? The question is heavy. The question is dark. But that question can save somebody who has not made that mistake as yet. So that's why I said, no matter about my 100,000 subscribers, I need y'all to like this video, put a comment, put an emoji, couple of words, hit the hype. Let's get this message out. You know this is too real. Look at the views, and it's your comment that pushed the views, because the watch time duration in the back is crazy. Y'all is watching the videos, the ones that's blessed to get it across their feed, so you have to get it across your comrades' feed and the ones that you know need it. Now, right? The question is dark, but the question can save somebody who has not made that mistake yet. That's why we use these stories, not to glorify, not to mock, not to play judge and jury, but to tell the young ones, slow down, walk away, think, call somebody, leave the scene, take the embarrassment inside of the indictment. Lose the argument instead of losing your life. Because freedom is not just being outside. Freedom is having the wisdom not to put yourself inside. Now, let's get the jewel on that. I've been here long enough, so I feel like I gotta rush it now. Y'all feel I need to rush this? I'm talking too long. We're at 40 minutes already. Happy 4th of July to everybody. Oh man, sound like a heat warning. Oh man, I got the heat warning. Yeah, hazardous heat. They telling my black ass to stay inside on this 4th of July. I ain't been out yet. I'm under the AC, and it's already, 8 o'clock at night, and they got a heat warning? Oh man, I done missed all the cookouts. I'm sorry, family. I'm gonna come out at night when this thing cooled down a little bit, right? Now, like, what were you talking about? We're talking about the jewel, right? Real freedom is not doing what you want. Real freedom is having discipline before consequences. Make decisions that discipline your only option. Now, let's go to these questions. Right? I'm gonna get some questions and answers, see if we get y'all talking. Now, what hits harder on your 4th of July in prison? The heat, the food, or the memories? What do you think hit harder? The heat, because it's so hot in that cement oven? The food or the memories? Answer, memories. The heat bothers your body, but the memories attack your soul, right? Do holidays make prison time worse? Put that in the comments. Yes, a regular day is pain. A holiday is pain with pictures attached to it. Why do men act strong on the phone when they're really hurting, when they're calling from prison? Answer, because they don't want their family to collapse while they're powerless to help. What is the hardest part about hearing your family at a cookout while you're locked up? What do you think the hardest part is? The answer is knowing life is still moving and you're not in it. Now, question. We're at the 5th joint, right? We're halfway through. Does fame make prison easier for rappers like Dirk or Pooh Shiesty? No. Fame may get you attention, but it does not open the door. What does the first holiday in prison teach a young man? It teaches him that consequences do not care about the calendar, right? Let's get the next one, right? What is worse, right? Being judged by the internet or being alone with your own thoughts? Answer, being alone with your own thoughts. The internet gets bored. Your mind does not. Why should young people watch stories like this? Put in the comment, why do young people need to watch stories like what I'm bringing you? Because somebody else's consequences can become your warning. Remember that. What is the biggest lie the streets tell young men to you? What is the biggest lie the streets tell young men? That pride is worth more than freedom. Right? And here go the last one, because then I could get up out of here, because I know you're tired, old man. Right? What is the real message of Karmelo, Dirk, Pooh Shiesty, All-Star JR, and everybody else locked up on 4th of July? The real message is simple. The streets are real, but prison is realer, and it's not worth it. Now, drop a jewel in the comments. Report to my class. I appreciate you for reporting to the unique Mecca Audio Street Psychological class. What part of a holiday in prison do you think breaks a man? That's what I want to know. What part of a holiday do you think breaks a man? The phone call, the memories, the heat, or knowing everyone outside is still living while he's locked in a cage. Now, I'm gonna show you why I do this. I'm gonna bring my man Murder Mook up here. Let's get this right, but before I do that, let me take Karmelo off the screen. I'm gonna bring my man Murder Mook in. And if you wanna make a video to send to get on my joint, you have to send it holding the phone like this. And let the people know what you get from the show and what you want to tell the people about Unique Mecca Audio. All right, let's go. Murder Mook.
Hey, what's going on, man? Murder Mook, Harlem, you know what it is, man. I just want to express how much gratitude I got for Unique, you know what I mean? I was telling him a story, telling him how I felt about, you know, if anything was to go wrong with my career, rap-wise, you know, if, you know, shit be slow and I got so many opportunities to be able to do the wrong shit. When I watch Unique Mecca Audio, I feel it, and I, like, to my soul, and that's keeping me farthest away from doing anything criminal. Anything criminal. He made me think straight, honestly. Made me think straight, because I've been watching him for about a year, like a year now, maybe, and it just took my mind way off of that, way off of that. From a year ago, it got rough. For a year ago,
Yeah.
and from watching this man, I just felt like, you saved me. You saved me. And I just want to show my gratitude, and I want to say thank you, man. Unique Mecca Audio, anything you need, brother, from me.
All right.
Anything you need, man.
All right.
Cheers, cheers, toast the crime, toast the crime, the crime, the crime, the crime.
What?
Fresh out the can of 26,
Yeah.
he back on the strip, getting back in the mix.
Yeah.
What he mentions a gift.
Right.
You stand up 10 toes down, and I suggest you pay attention to this.
Real.
Take a little gully posse and put it in Harlem. He cut from the bottom, came up from the bottom. Drop the book, you should go and get it. The Instagram page and the YouTube, you could go and visit.
Yeah.
Then you could consider yourself LinkedIn.
Real.
Sit front row and get Jews from a kingpin. How he went through it, so you ain't gotta go do it. To not pay attention would be stupid. Talking about a man that probably put your grandfather on. Probably the reason that him and your grams got along. A man that generated millions on the block, did his time, never squilling to the cops. Mecca Audio. Get it live like 2 G's in the 90s. Drop top beamer so shiny. I let shorty go, she was whining. Treat her like my past, she behind me. Spin a couple bands on the Dapper Dan. You be back again, getting green like a Packers fan. No cap, it's a raw in Uptown. They be horn Uptown, Dominican bust downs. Now we on the positive, we got a lot to give. Now he trying to stop the kids from being inoperative. So take heed, homie, lend a ear. He started in Uptown, he gon' finish dead. But now it ain't about selling drugs, buying cars. It's about buying property to make the community ours. So we can give back to the